fantasy, caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see.
Something is always happening. But when it happens, people don't always see it, or understand it, or accept it.
You know, in all my years, I've never seen a cloud with a square edge on it. But there's one right there. And I bullshit you not. That is, yeah. Yeah, that is just nuts. Okay.
It's massive. It's the size of a skyscraper at least. It's a huge formation.
It's just hanging there. It's not moving.
The mysterious white and gray formation has a vapor-like quality, but it looks and behaves like no cloud ever seen before.
It's like a column of smoke, or almost like a very narrow pyramid pointing directly up into the sky.
This can't be real. But what's going on here? I wonder what it could be. This is nuts.
35,000 feet above the surface of the Earth. A strange vertical shape.
It's not what you want to see out of your plane window.
Like the turret of a fairy castle. Impossibly high in the sky.
Is that even a cloud? It's so smooth and perfect.
What is it? And what is it doing?
It looks like a rocket, but it's not really moving. It's just kind of hovering.
This is unlike anything I've seen before.
A towering gray mass appears outside an aircraft window as it approaches Kumamoto City, Japan.
We're flying 32,000 feet in the air, and out the passenger window you can see this spear rising out of the clouds. It looks completely unnatural, like nothing you've ever seen before, and certainly nothing you've ever seen in the sky, and certainly nothing you've ever seen in the sky that high up.
Initially, scientists fear an erupting volcano has sent a cloud of ash into the path of approaching aircraft. But there are no reports of volcanic eruptions in the area on the day the footage was recorded. So there must be another explanation.
It's not impossible that this could be the exhaust from a rocket blasting through our atmosphere.
But meteorologist Dan Schreiber doubts this has anything to do with Japan's space program.
I don't think that this is a Japanese rocket launch. Most rocket launches, there's going to be a smoke trail behind it. This particular object is just hovering with no smoke trail. It's just hovering right there. And furthermore, there is no record of a rocket launch in that area in August of 2018.
The eerie formation was visible to the filming passenger, till the aircraft dropped down into the clouds to land at Kumamoto. No one can definitively explain what it was.
It's too bad that that passenger plane didn't pass closer to this thing, because I want to know what it is.
This was a first for China. So who were these enigmatic people? And where did they come from?
In 1986, two giant pits were unearthed containing thousands of objects made from gold, bronze, and jade, along with ivory tusks and pottery artifacts. Most items found in the pits were damaged. Some were burnt with scorch marks. Per Chinese archaeologists, Phase 2 and Phase 3 are layers that contain the bronze items. Therefore, the bronze artifacts were produced between 2100 to 1200 BC. The earliest bronze relic in China was a 4,700-year-old blade, though the consensus is that the Chinese Bronze Age began around 1900 BC at Erlitou near the Yellow River. This means the Sanxingdui bronze could predate the Chinese Bronze Age by 200 years. Here are side-by-side comparison photos of Sanxingdui and Erlitou bronze relics. Sanxingdui bronzes are much larger, more complex, and visibly more advanced. Isn't that interesting? The earlier artifacts are superior to the later ones. Isn't that interesting? The earlier artifacts are superior to the later ones. There are no historical records about this previously unknown civilization. Isn't that interesting? This might lead to an entirely new and different understanding of the development of Chinese metallurgy and hence Chinese culture. Among older artifacts, the most exciting ones are large bronze masks, including a few with gold foils. These masks have square faces, big almond-shaped eyes, and straight noses which don't reflect those of East Asian descent. They are so unusual and unlike anything ever found in China before. Other bronze objects include decorative animals such as dragons, birds, several 4-meter tall beautiful bronze trees, and hundreds of other fantastic items. Among the collection remains the world's largest and best preserved bronze upright human figure, measuring 8 feet or 2.6 meters. The most unusual discoveries were these oversized masks with protruding eyes, animal-like ears, and ornate nose thingies. These bronze masks demonstrate an unprecedented artistic style. They're wonderfully schematic and abstract, and would be considered modern and contemporary if made today. Besides the uncanny style, the highly accurate and advanced bronze craftsmanship astound the scientists. The thinnest portion of the bronze masks is only 2 millimeters thick. The large-scale items show well-developed technology that was most advanced in ancient China. New research suggests that Sanjingdui culture may have been moved to another site at Jinsha due to an earthquake that occurred around 3,000 years ago. Archaeologists found symbols on pottery which might belong to an ancient language. Even though the excavation work has been going on for decades, archaeologists claim that they haven't even completed 1% of the overall work. There is so much more to be discovered at Sanjingdui. It's possible that written records remain buried. The discovery of these artifacts has opened up a world of intrigue. There are too many unexplainable objects. For example, this gold foil-covered cane is not a cultural tradition of ancient China.
Something is always happening. But when it happens, people don't always see it, or understand it, or accept it.
Why do these masks not look Chinese? Who made them and why? There are no historical records about this previously unknown civilization.
This person, in this picture, is you.
Yeah. So who were these enigmatic people? And where did they come from?
From 1914?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
There are no historical records about this previously unknown civilization.
That doesn't make any sense.
I didn't say it would.
So who were these enigmatic people? And where did they come from?
There's a mountain, and it's mighty high. You cannot see the top unless you fly. And there's a molehill, a proven ground. There ain't nowhere to go if you hang around. Everybody wants to sell what's already been sold. Living at the center of fire, there is cold. All that glitters ain't gold. All that glitters ain't gold. There's an ocean of despair. There are people living there. They're unhappy, and each and every day. But hell is not fashion, so what you trying to say? Everybody wants to sell what's already been sold. Everybody wants to tell what's already been told. What's the use of money if you ain't gonna break the mold? Living at the center of fire, there is cold. All that glitters ain't gold. No, no. All that glitters ain't gold. No, no. There's a lady, 99 years old. If she led a good life, heaven takes her soul. Now that's a theory, and if you don't wanna know, step aside and make a way for those who want to go. Everybody wants to sell what's already been sold. Sold. Everybody wants to tell what's already been told. Told. What's the use of being young if you ain't gonna get old? Oh. And at the center of fire, there is cold. Cold. All that glitters
You are now an official member of the New Power Generation. Welcome to the dawn.
You have chosen wisely.
Over 15 years ago, several news outlets reported that archaeologists collected DNA data and planned to do tests on these mysterious people. However, a 2019 news release claimed that the DNA extraction was unsuccessful because of wet soil conditions. That begs the question, since there are hundreds of remains to take samples from, how can none provide useful DNA? Plus, why did they wait for 15 years to tell us the DNA analysis can be done? This is suspicious. On the Chinese version of Quora, a post states the DNA analysis has actually been done, but the results do not match Asian races. Thus, the authorities have decided not to disclose their findings to the public. Whether this is true or not, we can tell there must be something unusual about Sanxingdui people. A post states the DNA analysis has actually been done, but the results do not match Asian races. Thus, the authorities have decided not to disclose their findings to the public. Whether this is true or not, we can tell there must be something unusual about Sanxingdui people. Does this imply these people were not East Asian or even Southeast Asian? If so, this prompts questions about the history of Chinese civilization. Even though there is no DNA data available, we can find clues through metallurgy analysis. Identifying the bronze source and supply network would significantly contribute to our understanding of Sanxingdui culture. Decades ago, scientists discovered puzzling highly radiogenic lead in Sanxingdui bronzes. They then tested more ancient relics and found that many earlier Shang bronze objects contained the same kind of lead with highly radiogenic isotopic compositions. Some geochemists argue that the ores in China do not match the bronze-lead isotopes. Thus, the ingots or raw materials must have been imported from a foreign land. Since these bronze radiogenic lead isotopes match the ores in Africa, some researchers claim that the ingots might come from Africa. This is a controversial topic in China. No matter how you view this, the fact remains researchers cannot find matching ores in China. This leads to the assumption that the bronze raw materials were imported from outside ancient China. Some people may think this is unlikely because ancient people were not so mobile and not able to do wide-ranging exploration. Once again, we underestimated our ancestors.
Oh, let me explain something to you.
when the Carishes arrived on Earth, they came because the Anunnaki asked us to. The goddess sent the Anunnaki to try to understand what was wrong with the humans. They are not developing like many other races, millions in other places. The Anunnaki came to planet Earth, and they realized that there were the Flash and the Matter here. So they begged, more than asked, they begged for the Carishes to come. And the Carishes said yes, but we're not going to send everybody. We'll send 4 brothers and an army. So that's the story of the 4 brothers. When the Carishes arrived on Earth to join the Anunnaki, the humans, they were what you call prehistoric people. And the Carishes were the one who started the Sumerian civilization, not the Anunnaki. Not the Anunnaki. The Carishes started what we call the Sumerian civilization. Anyway, we are under attack for hundreds of years, fighting back and forth, hundreds of years. And when we realized, the Carishes, that the Flash and the Matter had their own hybrid programs, that's when we, the Carishes, starting our own hybrid programs, of course. Didn't want to. Nobody wants a hybrid program, not us, not the goddess. But they had it, well, we had to do it. And we start spreading our hybrids throughout the world. From the place you now know as Persia or Iran, sent to Africa, to Ethiopia, sent to what you know now as Russia, and beyond Siberia. Went to what now called as the Nordic countries. Finland, the territory was the first. And then, Denmark, what you know now as Denmark. And then the Iberia Peninsula, what you now know as Portugal and Spain, and on and on. Also to China, of course, everywhere. And beyond, North and South Pole. We had to fight them with the same weapons, even though our weapons were not as good, but we had to fight them. And this is why, right now, on this video, I showed you first the AZHURIANS from, let's call it Spain, are connected to China, and they are connected, obviously, to the Middle East. Everything is connected. Everything. All the colors, skin colors are connected. The politics are connected. Everything is connected. You have to understand this. Because if you don't understand that everybody is connected, you'll never understand yourself. Love you. Keep watching. I'll be back. Cheers.
fantasy. Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the sky.